Alright, here's a quick video on how to get user input from the keyboard or from somewhere else, but we'll just mainly cover keyboard. From the terminal window, have somebody type something in and receive that input. So the way you do that, the easiest way to do that is use a class called scanner. So the first thing you're going to need is an object of the scanner class. So it's going to be a, let me do that first, just so you see that so the data type is not string, it's not int, it's not double, it's scanner. And this is going to be my, I'll call it my keyboard reader. And then I need to actually construct it. So like any other object, you have to use this word, special word new to call the constructor. So I want to make a new scanner. I know it's awkward when you first time you see scanner here and scanner here, but get used to it. It's quite common. New scanner, and then this is the constructor. Constructor is a special method, so we need parentheses at the very least, and this one is expecting a parameter. And in this case, where we would like to get the input from is the parameter that we want to send it, which is system.in. System.out is prints to the standard output, the terminal window. System.in is the input from the standard input, the terminal window. Okay, before you can actually use a scanner or use the scanner class, there's actually one line of code you need to add, and it goes up before the method header. So at the very top, we've never put anything outside of the, but in this case we need to import the scanner class or the package that has the scanner class in it. So it's java.util, all lowercase, dot, and now the name of the class, scanner, like that. And now we're just letting Java know that we're going to be using the scanner class in here. So make sure that's part of this project. Alternatively, you can import the util package. Java.util is a whole bunch of related classes. If you want to import the whole package, you can replace this with a asterisk, a wildcard symbol, and say, give me the whole package, including the scanner class. Okay, so once you have a scanner, KB reader is a scanner, then you can use it. And what can scanners do? Strings can call string methods, scanners can call scanner methods. So there's really only a few that are going to be interesting for us at all. And here they are. Next int, and next line, and next double are basically the ones that we are going to care about. Next and next line return a string. They'll get a string. Next double, obviously we'll get a double. And next int, we'll get an int. So how do you use these methods? So first thing you need to do, and this is critical, is you need to actually print something out. Could be a question, could be anything, just so the terminal window opens. So I'm going to ask somebody to enter a number, and that will pop up the terminal window, and that question will appear. Enter a number, or that request I should say. Enter a number, and now my KB reader, which that's the scanner, that's my scanner object, and it can call a scanner method such as next int, and that will print up the terminal window with this prompt on the screen, and then this will attempt to get me the very next integer that is entered and return it to me. So if it's going to return it to me, I will save it in an integer, and then I'll print something out. Doesn't have to be very exciting. Maybe double that is, and then if I want to do a little math in here, 2 times whatever they entered, x. Of course I need to concatenate my strings here. Okay, Let's run that. So it pops up, enter a number there, and it's just going to wait for me to type something in. So if I type in 55, and it prints double that is 110. So note that if I'm using next int, what happens if I enter in a double? Then no good. It's going to be an input type mismatch, input mismatch exception. I can't use next int to get a double. So I may want to say enter an integer number here, or if I'm just expecting any old number, then I probably want to change this to next double, which then will give me a double, not an int. So I have to change this to double, and now it should get me whatever number is coming in. If I do 2.5 now, it'll double it, and I'm getting a double. All right, the next and next line, the difference is next, both of these return a string, so this should be a string, and I'll print out, say, you entered, and then whatever they entered. So next will get me the very next string. So for instance, if I enter, I should probably change that question too. If I enter Bob Smith, the very next string to get is not going to be Bob Smith. The next one to get is going to be Bob. If I want to get the entire string, the entire line, spaces and all, well, that's what next line is for. So if I instead use the next line method and do the same thing, why don't I just get rid of that because it's bothering me, and now no matter what I enter, it will give me the entire line until I hit enter. This is what I'm entering, and it gets me the entire. So scanner, major three things basically that you need to do. First thing is to have the import the class or the package. Second thing is to declare and construct the scanner. And if you want to just get input from the terminal, it's system.in is the parameter to the constructor. And then the next thing is to use a method with the proper return type. Right? If you're using next line, it's returning a string. If you're using next int, it's returning an int. If you're returning next double, it's returning a double. And do not forget to print something out before you attempt to use it, or else the terminal window won't show up and you'll sit there waiting, wondering what's going on.